Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey.
I'm a Jacob whose voice may be a little raggled already, even though
Eh,
this is the only thing we're recording.
it's fine. It's fine. It's a late recording, and it's fine to be a late recording. It is the end of Absolute Power, the 2024 summer DC event that really is a summer/fall event because it's fucking October. But point being, Absolute Power number 4. It's our finale, and actually, I really should have suspected actually that the DC All In special would have been the big lead into the Absolute universe because it's just not here. It's just not here really, and
It is.
and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing.
Yeah,
actually.
honestly, I mean, I was surprised with how much I enjoyed this compared to the finale of Night Terrors.
Night Terrors, yeah. I mean, Night Terrors like was trying to do too much. Absolute Power. It's a 30-odd page issue. It essentially just needs to be a big fight scene, and that's essentially.
Well, I would say it knows. Here are these threads we need to wrap. We need to tie up in as nice of a bow as we can.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark Waid and Dan Mora do a pretty good job of doing that without making you sort of that sigh of, well, I gotta read the tie-ins.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is good. I am very, very glad that it's tied up nicely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, admittedly, for like being a big fight sequence, it in that regard, it doesn't have too much to do, so it does get a little repetitive. I found at least, but I mean, honestly, if that's the worst thing I can say about it, it's a stronger end to a big DC event than a lot, I would say. So
I mean, I think part of it is also Mark Waid wants everyone to have at least one good, solid character beat in here at some point. Like,
yeah. Featuring a lot more heavily in this, though, is the character we kind of open up on here, and which is Green Arrow, which I think is a smart decision. Being one of the things that I think this event caused the most controversy over is the characterization of Green Arrow, who does have a very good explanation by the end of the issue, I think. And I'm happy it's there, because right at the gate we see Ollie, raging against Waller, if you will, pretty much, rubbing it in her face that her plan is failing, and it seems like a weird shift, and that's because it is a weird shift. It's supposed to kind of seem that way, at least in the way that they reveal our sort of twist by the end of the issue. But from that point, we're sort of like describing our big tie-in events with say like Wonder Woman with her and Robin, Superman with Zatanna and John, and Batman with his mother box. It's a whole thing. Essentially, we're just getting all of our heroes together for the end here to storm Waller's team, take on Task Force 7. Meanwhile, Barry is unlocking the Waller's like multiversal army, as it's called, which also gets unleashed, and our heroes have to fight off, and that's the bulk of the issue. It's not bad. It's certainly not bad. You get a lot of great Dan Mora art. It's a lot of it's essentially just a big fight scene. There's some nice little character beats though. I'm also wondering actually if Sarge Steele's inclusion in this means we won't be seeing him anymore in Wonder Woman when we get back to regular stuff with King's Run.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I could see King dropping Sarge Steele as a character after this point.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with his sort of like main story from Wonder Woman kind of ending here. That's okay. I'm fine with that actually. But yeah, get a big fight scene. Again, great character moments. I love the ones between our Flashes and our Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. I think that's great. I
really like some of the dialogue when it comes to Waller thinking about the Brainiac Queen. That she actually did feel these motherly feelings towards it.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Despite everything, that is a very interesting character beat, a bit more complexity than I think some writers will write modern Amanda Waller. Because modern Amanda Waller is very different from where Amanda Waller started as a character.
Yeah, most definitely. And that would be it's something that I still at least kind of wrestle with, and I think this mostly comes from me as like a massive classic Suicide Squad fan. Seeing just an outright villain, Amanda Waller, is a little weird to me. But also, one has to recognize, first off, multiple interpretations on a single comic book character exist, and that's fine. I have to be okay with that. But also, when you kind of accept this version of Waller as a, Waller that has dealt with years upon years of trying to be the superior human among a world of superheroes, and kind of dealing with the fallout of crazy superhero shit her entire life, one kind of gets the breakdown that she has towards the end of this issue. I actually found myself really enjoying what Dick Grayson literally calls a villain monologue at the end, which is fun. We do also get our Green Arrow twist towards the end here, and that is that he had Martian Manhunter put a block on his mind, because in order to actually get on the inside of Waller's plan, he had to genuinely believe in it, as he puts it. So until that telepathic block on his mind went away, he was genuinely following Waller's command, and now he's not. And so now he's back on the side of what's going to become the Justice League again. Also, who gets a bunch of fantastic scenes throughout this issue is Dick Grayson, who is the absolute star of this event, and I really love that for him. So many great fucking moments. I genuinely love this, and also nothing can make I'm glad the Justice League's coming back, whatever, but honestly nothing can make me more sad than the Justice League coming back and very probably pushing Dick Grayson to the side once again as a leader in the DC universe. Just whatever. It's fine. I have to be okay with it.
Hey, his book is getting a new writer, though, so that could be something that's explored interestingly. I don't know.
I hope so. I hope so. There's also a line towards the end where Green Arrow literally says, "With respect to the Titans and all they accomplished in our absence, we were ridiculously irresponsible to break up the band." It's like, okay, sure, all right, just I don't know. I'm a little upset with where this is going. I mean, one can't read a story like Death of the Justice League and not expect them to come back eventually and actually reform the team. But I'm still a little sad. I don't know. More, I'm sure I have feelings that will eventually get resolved as I continue to read current DC going forward.
And I'll also say I love the moment in this when everyone gets their powers back and you get this great. It's a page, but Moore is using some unconventional layouts to make it look like it's the panels are coming at the reader.
Yeah, it's very cool. I do like that a lot.
And I like the idea of some people's powers being switched.
Yes, and some people's powers just not coming back at all, which is really, really interesting. Very curious to see where that what other DC books end up doing with that going forward. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I do like the Waller breakdown moment, though. I mean, it is a classic, haha, you revealed your evil plan, and I was recording you the whole time. It is one of those twists in the end. I'm okay with it, but it's enough to get me to be honest.
I don't think there was really any other way to do it.
Because you kind of have to get Waller to just outright admit that she faked all that footage that horrified the public into hating superheroes. And so it's a fine enough ending, a fine enough resolution. You can't really have any other way. What I do also love, though, is our ending for Waller as a character in this book. First of all, also Dreamer's back. She's still alive. She was kept alive.
She's still alive. I hope she's getting more to do.
I hope forward. So too. I hope so too. Hopefully an ongoing. I would love that, but we'll see. So Waller is officially imprisoned, which also so weird seeing Amanda Waller in Prison Orange. But also, Dreamer blocks all of Amanda Waller's, I guess if you will, damning information. Her, as she puts it, what does she say? There's a great way she phrased it. Her bargaining chips, I think, is what she said. Yeah, she's like, given all I have to bargain with. Amanda Waller obviously has to get a jail free card pretty much by knowing everything there is to know about these heroes and their identities and their secrets and things like that. But Dreamer literally blocks that off from her mind. I really
literally, so it's just on the tip of her tongue.
Really great ending for that, and something that I think could actually make Waller really interesting going forward. If you're literally depowering her in this way, I'd be really curious to see what other writers end up doing with that.
There's also this question left unanswered of, did Dreamer put a bomb into Amanda Waller's head?
Yeah, I like that we don't get an answer to that. I like to think she didn't, but I mean, hey, who the hell knows?
Part of me, Bless. Part of me is like, but what if she did? Like, what story opportunities would that open up?
Yeah, it's possible, I suppose. But of course, the issue ends also with Green Arrow and Trinity meeting together and deciding to make a Justice League again. And sure, fine, you know.
We're having a new Watchtower. We have the All-In Special and Justice League Unlimited coming soon.
And good for them, I guess. I don't know. I'll read the All-In Special because I want to know absolute universe shit. But also I probably won't be picking up Justice League Unlimited, just personally. I picked up like every JL book since Rebirth started, and I don't know. I've seen it through a lot of bumpy roads. I'm fine skipping on one at least.
I mean, if it helps, this one is Mark Waid and Dan Mora.
But also, when I say every JL book since Rebirth started, that also includes Scott Snyder's Justice League, and that's been like the best modern Justice League run, I think, of the 2010s onward. So it really doesn't get any better than that, in my opinion. But anyway, that was Absolute Power, and hey, it actually ended pretty decent.
It ended on a high note. I can say this was a good event. Actually good.
Yay! We actually won one. Yeah, we'll take it. It was actually really good, and hey, also that cuts down our Fresh Face One Shots recordings from 7 series down to 6. So
and we will have 6 down to 5 in a week or two.
Yeah, with Robin Lives ending soon. So yeah. Overall, just, I don't know, really great event. I'm glad to be slowing down a bit more now though, and looking forward to other things we have coming up. Speaking of, check out other Fresh Face One Shots we do. I like when I get a good transition in there. Check out other Fresh Face One Shots we do. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Batman the Brave and the Bold by Various, Batman Death in the Family, Robin Lives, the alternate timeline in which Jason Todd survived, as well as hang on, there was something else, isn't there? Batman the Long Halloween, the Last Halloween, that's it. Last Halloween, the supposed end of the Long Halloween saga, as well as the Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. Also, personally, myself, I do Fresh Face Solos, where I cover current things that I'm reading without Jacob. Still catching up on Jed McKay's X-Men currently to go alongside our Uncanny readings, so there's all that. And also the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. We're in the middle of Flash Fall right now. We got one more episode on that coming out. We got 2 episodes on that. The next one will come out tomorrow. So check that out.
You are so used to these having multiple of these in the week. It's so weird just to have the one.
Yeah, no, it's weird, but hey, I'll take it. 2 more of those, and then also we're celebrating the 3-year anniversary of Fresh Face Comics soon, where we're gonna do yet another superhero tier list ranking for Jacob here, and catch up on all of his thoughts on the various heroic characters we cover on these on Fresh Face Comics. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. But otherwise, our link trees and everything will be down in the description below. You can check us out there wherever you want to follow us. Subscribe to the channel, Blood Edit Studios, means a lot, however you want to support us. And I think that about does it. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.